Hey everyone, this is Chris with The Journeyer, and today I'm looking at the Nokia Steel HR. This is a hybrid smartwatch. It's one that I've had my eye on for a while. And this is the 36mm version. I'm looking at the Nokia website. And with this, you get a lot more, different options as far as the straps go. You can have leather or woven or silicone. And you can also have two different choices for the color of the watch face too. It can either be black or you can choose a white watch face. With the 40mm, you're only going to be able to get the black watch face, but it does have the larger bezel on it. But the diameter or the size of the watch face itself is exactly the same, so you're not getting more or less features with one size or the other. And here are the main features of the Nokia Steel HR. It does have heart rate monitoring, and it will measure your heart rate once every 10 minutes, unless you have continuous heart rate monitoring enabled. And you just do that by pressing and holding in the side button for a few seconds, and then you feel it vibrate, and then it will be detecting your heart rate constantly at that point. And this is that little picture you saw there. That was me when I was aligning the hands on it, because it's a watch that has real hands on it, so you have to make sure that they're aligned right. And this is the charging dock, which I prefer. I really like these kind of chargers better than anything else. I like to be able to just plop the watch on there and know that it's being charged. And here's a comparison against watches that you might be familiar with, just for a size comparison. And here's some video of me yesterday. I was out testing it against the Fenix 5S. I wanted to test the distance accuracy and the heart rate accuracy. And for the heart rate accuracy, it's been really, really good. And every test that I've done has just been awesome. This is probably one of the best heart rate sensors that I've tested in a long time on any watch. So I give it a big thumbs up on that. For the step accuracy, it does seem to undercount a bit, and that does affect the distance estimates because generally speaking, about 2,000 steps is a mile for the average height person. And if it's not counting all your steps, then it's not going to get your distance right. So I'm going to be showing you the results here in a second. And here's the results of that little test. This is the Nokia HealthMate app. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to assign the activity that I did. It did detect that I had walked for 30 minutes, or I did an activity for 30 minutes, but I have to assign what particular activity that was. And then I can also set the intensity level that I thought that I was working out at. And that's a little bit subjective there, but that's going to change how many calories it estimated that you burned. And I'm going to take a look here at the heart rate. And it looks like it did a good job there. It looks pretty stable. I don't see anything erratic. And then it has the amount of time that I spent in each heart rate zone. And yeah, we'll take a look at what the Garmin says. And here's the results from the Fenix 5S and the Garmin Connect app. It estimated that I walked about a mile, almost exactly a mile. And looking back at the Steel HR estimate, it estimated that I walked about 0.7 of a mile, so quite a bit of difference there. And here's a side-by-side comparison of the heart rate during that same activity. The Nokia is on the left, and it estimated that my average heart rate was 106 and the peak was 125, and the Fenix estimated 109 and 128, so really similar there. The time spent in the particular heart rate zones, there's a little bit of difference there, and the Fenix was measuring my heart rate higher at more often than the Nokia was, so I'm not surprised by that. If I'm going to take off any major points for the Nokia Steel HR for my review of it, it would probably be the step tracking. It's not terrible by any means, but it does seem to undercount the number of steps that I'm taking by probably about, maybe about 20%, 20 to 30% maybe throughout the day. Maybe not quite that high, maybe about 20%. During the activities, it's much better. On the treadmill, it really picks up all those steps really nicely. During other activities during the day, just cleaning the house or like when I was on that little walk there, it did miss a lot of steps. Sleep tracking is something, though, that I would definitely give higher marks for the Nokia Steel HR. I think it does a really good job. This is during a particularly horrible night when it was thundering. It was storming all night long, and my dog was keeping me awake because she's scared to death of thunderstorms. So, yeah, it picked up every time that I woke up during that night. And then when I went back to bed earlier in the morning, it detected that. So it did a good job. And here's a view of a more typical night, and it does a good job with that. I think sometimes it might detect that you've fallen asleep maybe 15 to 20 minutes sooner than maybe you actually have. But other than that, it's really good. It does a great job. So overall, my opinion of the Nokia Steel HR is that I think it's a very good looking watch. It's a very classic looking watch, and one that I haven't had a watch like this in a long time since I've been trying out so many smartwatches and fitness trackers. But yeah, it just has that really nice look to it. And you saw there that I was wiping off some water. I did run it under the faucet to get rid of some dust and fur because that strap does like to collect that. And this is, I'm just going to be comparing it against some watches that you might be familiar with. That was the Phoenix 5S. And this is the Amazfit Bip. I did a review on this not too long ago, and it's about the same size as the Apple Watch, to give you a good idea on the size of the 36mm Nokia Steel HR. And this is the Samsung Gear Sport. And then finally, I got the Fitbit Blaze. You might be really a lot more familiar with this one. I definitely prefer the look of the Nokia Steel HR over it. But then that's just my opinion. But yeah, I really love the looks of this watch. It's very classic. The battery life is excellent. I think you're definitely going to get 25 days out of it with normal usage. So yeah, take a little bit closer look here. And all right, taking a little bit closer look at the watch, I'm just going to take you through the menu that appears in the little digital screen up there. That is an OLED screen. And it is difficult to see in bright sunlight. So I would say that. I wish it was a brighter for those for outdoor conditions, but otherwise it works fine. It's going to tell you your heart rate, the number of steps you've taken, the distance estimate, the battery, and there it is down to 64%, and that's after 5 days of pretty heavy usage. It had 80% when I got the watch, and I haven't charged it yet, so yeah, I've been really good on that. And there's the amount of calories it's estimated I burned so far today. And then it does have a digital display of the time. And then down below, this little dial down here tells you how close you are to your step goal. And you can customize what's your step goal, whatever you want that to be. And then the back of it has that nice stainless steel look, more premium look to it. And it does have quick release straps, so you can change out those straps very easily. And the 36mm uses 18mm wide straps, and the 40mm uses 20mm wide straps. So there it is, and for a more detailed review, there's a link down below in the description, and I hope you check that out. And thanks for watching.